my name is Andres Munoz, and I'm here with my colleague Miguel Urtia.
Hi, everyone.
And today we're going to show you our tech tip for the month of April. And this month's tech tip is going to be around keyboard shortcuts for Windows. And so for the first shortcuts, we're going to show you how to copy, paste, undo, redo, and cut, and select all. And so you might already know how to do some of them or all of them, but if not, these are really useful to kind of just get work done faster. So you don't have to be clicking all the icons individually. You can just use your keyboard shortcuts and help you get your work done quicker. So I have this document right here. And so the first one I'm going to show you is copy. So a lot of you may know this one already. It's just Control on your keyboard. And then once you hold Control down, press C. Or actually, you need to highlight. Let's say I just want this part here. Highlight it first with your mouse or keypad, and then Ctrl C. And now it's copied, and you can go pretty much anywhere else in the document. And then to paste it, it'll be Ctrl V. And then it'll move that text over. And then if you want to undo, so let's say I want to undo what I just did, the Control copy and Control paste, then I can just simply press Ctrl Z, and then it'll undo the copy and paste. And then there's another keyboard shortcut of Ctrl Y. So Ctrl Y what it does is redo. So I just undid the copy and paste. So now if I want to redo it, I can click on Ctrl Y, and then the text that I pasted will come back up. And so all these keyboard shortcuts, even though if you ever forget them, they're also up here in the toolbar. So for example, copy is right here. You see the hover over it. So the Ctrl C is copy. And then you can also press this icon if you forget it. Paste is this one, Ctrl V. And you see it has it in parentheses as well. So it lets you know. To undo, it's this arrow up here. And you see it has Ctrl Z there. And then to redo, Ctrl Y. And the last keyboard shortcut I wanted to show you guys was Ctrl A, which is select all. It's just going to select everything in the document. So I can be anywhere on the document. And then if I click on Ctrl A, you see it'll select everything. And then I can take whatever action I need with that, with the text. And so these same keyboard commands just don't work only within a document. You can also use them to organize your folders. So I have two separate folders here. And if I want to move some over, I can just highlight this one. And if I want to move it over, Ctrl C, and then go over to this folder, and then Ctrl V, and it'll do the same thing. It'll copy it over. And so if I want to cut something, I can click on it, Ctrl X, and then it'll also let you paste it on this new folder. And so you see I cut it from this old folder, and now it's on this one. So that's another way you can move stuff over. And then all these icons are also in the toolbar, just like in the Word document. So copy, paste, and then cut as well, in case you ever forget. And then to undo as well, you can use Ctrl Z, and it'll undo your last action. And then also the keyboard shortcut of Ctrl Y also works. So if I press Ctrl Y, then it will redo the last action. And finally, of course, to select all, you can click on Ctrl A, and you see all these are highlighted, and you can either paste them or cut them or whatever you like to do. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Andres. And so I will be going over the next shortcuts that you could use. So for example, with Word document, there's an option holding the Control key and the arrow key. So normally when we do arrow keys to adjust stuff, we would go through each letter, but we hold the Control key, you're able to quickly scroll through each word. It's very similar to what you have on the Mac, which is the Command key. Another thing, a cool useful tip that I like to use a lot is use a Home and End key. They're usually found on top of your keyboards or in the bottom of the arrow keys. Now, Shift and Home. So if I kind of reverse order, we go back to Home, Shift N to go from left to right. And if I press the N key, I'm going to have my selection cursor on the right. And if I hold Shift and Home, I'm able to go from right to left. So those are cool options you can use. This also applies to file selecting, so I'm going to go over that real quick. So you go click. If you click it once and hold the Shift key and the arrow keys, you're able to select multiple files. And then you go from right, and you can also go from right to left. So clicking it once, holding Shift key and going left arrow will go reverse order. And another useful command is the Alt tab. Click on the Alt key, so Alt tab, and then just holding the Alt key, you can use the tab button to switch between the different applications. And then hold Alt again, tab, and then switch to another application, and then you open them again. Another thing you could use for example, for these files, organizing files and moving, say you want to rename things, you could click on it once and it'll give you that rename option. You just kind of have to give it a second for it to like highlight itself. Select it. Another keyboard command is F2. And last but not least, if you're having issues with like say application got frozen, it's no longer working, use Alt F4 key to close a specific window or application. So I'm going to do that right now by holding Alt key and F4. First, I want to select the window that I'm having issues, and then Alt F4. This application, I want to close it. Say we got there's an error. I just do Alt F4, and it'll shut down the application for me. Right. That's all the tech tips I had for you guys today. I hope you guys really find them useful, and yeah, let us know in the comments on our YouTube channel, and then what you guys would like to see on the next video. And thanks again for watching. My name is Miguel Urrutia, and my colleague is Andres Munoz, and we'll see you to the next one. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.